Hello again, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Well, what I want to talk about today is dark winter. Now, that term has been thrown around a good bit here lately, so I did a little digging, a little research on it. And the first thing I found when I did a little searching is something I was not aware of. Maybe I'd heard about this before and just forgot about it. But when I look up just in the search bars, dark winter was an exercise that was held at Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. In June of 2001. I didn't know this, but it said it portrayed a fictional scenario depicting a covert smallpox attack on U.S. citizens. The scenario was set in three successive meetings over a period of 14 days. Former government officials played the roles of NSC members, responding to the evolving epidemic. Representatives from the media were among the observers, and in these mock NSC meetings and played journalists during the scenario's press conferences. Also said the part of the president, I guess this was like a fully played out scenario, but the part of the president was played by Sam Nunn, who, if you, us Georgians, or even if you're not a Georgian, he was a senator, a longtime senator here in Georgia. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. Uh, and then I kept looking and kept searching, and the only other big thing that came up was that term was used. Dark winter was used by Joe Biden in a in the election cycle, I believe, during a debate, and he was referring to the coming winter and the confluence of the pandemic mixed with flu season coming up. So, but I believe that the storm that we've been talking about is upon us for sure. And we are heading into winter, which brings up other things as well. And there's just a concoction of the storm that is just gathering. It's on us, like I said, and there is just, like I said, a concoction of bizarro world that is about to weigh down on us. I'm going to list them here, but bear with me. Hear me out through on this. Hear me through. The first one is these are all just things that are gathering on us. We're on the brink of you having an economic collapse, and this is global. There's been in the news a lot here lately about the Chinese are having a lot of problems financially. Of course, the United States. So it's a global. It's like we're interconnected. So we're on the brink of an economic collapse, stock market crash possible. Not guaranteed, but it's been in trouble here the last few days. We have runaway inflation. Inflation just keeps going up. It seems like every dang day, every week at least. Printing money, the Fed just keeps printing dollars like it's going out of style. And it will go out of style if they keep this up. Grocery store shelves, the holes and the gaps in the grocery stores are getting wider and getting more noticeable. If you just look on social media, you'll see that. You may be seeing it where you live. Some places more than others. That's going to continue. You have an ongoing pandemic that just wave after wave of these variants, whatever you want to call them, and this just keeps on. Now we're going to run into the flu season here coming up, and no telling what else is going to be thrown in there. The way things are going, who knows? So that's on us. We have these looming mandates that we learned about here a couple of weeks ago with the health measure. That's health measure that are coming down on employers that have 100 employees or more. And it's threatening to wipe out staffs and short staff, anything like I mentioned before, anything from healthcare, law enforcement, airline pilots, I read today, transportation, truckers, construction workers. So that's on us. Fallout from crop failures. We've had these crop failures in the West, in the Midwest, where all these fires going on. That's going to start taking effect as well in our stores with more inflation. Food's just going to keep rising. I believe the CEO of Kroger here not long ago said they're going to raise prices more. It's already been going up. So just raise it more, right? Pass it on to the guy, pass it on to the folks the people. So out of control situation. I mean, an unmitigated disaster going on at the southern border. I'm not going to go into detail. Y'all know, but that is crazy. It's also a humanitarian disaster going on down there too. I mean, those folks. Anyway, we've got volcanoes, earthquakes, fires. I saw this earlier this evening. There's an earthquake in Australia too, like a 6.0 one. Uh, I just heard about. Like I said, fires, floods. You've got a ruling class now, and it seems like a global plan to push an agenda we've talked about before, and that's ongoing. That's going to keep going. It's going to intensify. We have rumors of even tighter mandates coming down the road, possible restrictions on travel. That's air travel, even interstate travel. More restrictions on your, maybe even possibility of restrictions on your ability to have insurance, health care, even Social Security. That's been mentioned. Now, that's not, for sure. Those are just rumors going on that part. But you also hear about camps being constructed, quarantine camps. Yeah. So a lot going on, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if these mandates get upheld and start being enforced. There's going to be pushback. You're already hearing about it, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a tipping point somewhere in the nation to where you're going to see a kinetic pushback of the strong nature. You know what I mean? Okay. So I want to read something first before I go to that last section. Before I close, I'm going to read from Scripture just a little bit. Isaiah chapter 5. I'm sorry. Yeah. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. A few verses, 20 through 23. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes and clever in their own sight. Woe to those who are heroes at drinking wine and champions at mixing drinks, who acquit the guilty for a bribe, but deny justice to the innocent. God is watching always, so don't ever forget that. None of this happens without His permission. So I want to encourage you to keep prepping, first of all, right, and to keep stacking. Stand firm. Stand your ground. Rebuke with love and grace. We need to be courageous, confident, push back, okay? We need to stand firm in our faith. Jesus is still there. Focus on Him, not the storm, because it's coming, all right? The storm will pass. He will still be there. He's always there. And, the Lord our God, He's always going to be there right at the end, all the way to the end, as I say. So, like I said, focus on Him. And that's what we need to do. Keep praying without ceasing, every day, all the time. Share your thoughts. I think that's about all I have for now. God bless you and keep you. And I'll see you soon.